1, 0, all engine running.
Part 1. The NASA scientist who quietly warned us about Elon Musk.
NASA spent decades preparing for Mars. Elon Musk wants to get there in just a few years.
And one man, who spent 40 years inside NASA, just broke his silence. His name is Dr. Jim Green. He's not a conspiracy theorist. He's not a critic. He was NASA's chief scientist, and after retiring in 2022, he finally spoke about Elon Musk's plan. His words weren't angry, they weren't dramatic, but they carried a quiet fear. He said, "We are not ready. Not ready to go. Not ready to protect people. Not ready for what's coming." Dr. Green worked on missions to Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. He helped plan how humans might one day survive in deep space. He's seen what it takes to even think about human survival on another planet, the shielding, the closed ecosystems, the psychological conditioning. It's not just about rockets. It's about protecting fragile human lives in the most unforgiving environment we've ever encountered. So when someone like that says we're moving too fast, you stop and listen. Because the stakes aren't small. This isn't a business experiment. It's not like launching a new phone or electric car. This is about sending humans, possibly families, to a place where one mistake means death. Musk wants to colonize Mars using Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built. He's said things like, "I want to die on Mars, just not on impact." And yes, it sounds bold. It sounds like the future. But to Jim Green, it sounds like a gamble. A gamble with human lives. A leap into the unknown without enough testing, without enough planning. And when asked what worried him most, Green didn't talk about the rocket. He talked about the people, their safety, their sanity, their survival. He fears we are turning space exploration into a race instead of a responsibility. And that's not the dream he spent his life working for. In the next part, we'll show you exactly why Jim Green warned us and what he believes Elon Musk is ignoring. Part 2, we are not ready. Why NASA's top scientist warned Elon Musk in 2022. Dr. Jim Green sat down for a rare interview. He had just retired after more than 40 years at NASA. And that's when he said something that caught everyone off guard. We are not ready to send humans to Mars. Coming from anyone else, maybe that wouldn't matter, but this was NASA's former chief scientist, a man who spent his life figuring out how to keep astronauts alive. He explained the risks: radiation, isolation, mental breakdowns. The journey to Mars takes months. There's no rescue, no emergency plan. If something goes wrong, they're on their own. And once they land, there's no atmosphere, no food, no medical support. It's survival in its rawest form. Jim Green wasn't doubting the dream. He was doubting the timeline. He was doubting the rush. He said, "We need more time. We need to protect the people." And he's not the only one. Several former NASA scientists have quietly said the same thing. They're not anti-Musk. They just believe this mission, if done wrong, could end in tragedy. And it's not just about technology. It's about human limits. What happens to the mind in deep space? What happens when there's no Earth below your feet? For years. These are questions NASA has studied for decades. And the answers still aren't clear. But Elon Musk, he's already building the rockets. He's already talking about timelines. For Jim Green, that's the part that scares him. Part 3, Musk's dream or humanity's gamble. Jim Green isn't the only voice raising concerns. Others inside the space community, people who've built satellites, rockets, and entire space missions, are asking the same thing. Are we moving too fast? Some scientists, like Robert Zubrin, believe Musk is pushing humanity in the right direction, that we need to become a multi-planetary species before something goes wrong on Earth. But even Zubrin admits, the risks are enormous. Because colonizing Mars isn't just hard, it's dangerous. And unlike a NASA mission, there's less oversight, less international cooperation, and far more uncertainty. This is why people like Jim Green are speaking out. They're not trying to stop Musk. They're trying to make sure we understand the price. Because this isn't just a mission. It's a test of human limits, of ethics, of whether ambition is racing ahead of wisdom. Musk wants to change the future, but the people who built the present, they're watching, hoping he doesn't go too far. And here's what makes it even more complicated. Musk's vision isn't just about Mars. It's about AI, about Neuralink, about turning humans into something more than human, just to survive the next century. Many of these technologies are impressive, but they're also untested at scale. And when you combine space colonization with artificial intelligence and brain-computer interfaces, you're not just changing the destination, you're changing what it means to be human. Scientists like Jim Green are raising a simple point. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should, at least not yet. He's seen what happens when brilliant people move too quickly. He's lived through mission failures. He's read reports where one small mistake cost lives. That's why this warning matters, not because it's loud, but because it comes from someone who has been there. Sometimes it's not the loudest voices that hold the truth. Sometimes it's the quiet ones who've already seen what happens when things go wrong. And right now, they're telling us to slow down.